Hey!
Hey everyone,
What's up,
hello,
everybody?
hello.
Welcome to today's live stream. We're back, and today we thought it would be a nice idea if we just started effing around with mods in games.
Yeah.
Like, you know, something a bit less serious for a change.
Yeah, because in my free time I tend to do that sometimes. For example, with old games, the nostalgia from those games, I miss that sometimes, so I tend to do that.
I envy you. The people with time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When you have kids, yeah, not so much.
Nexus mod streams?
Oh, yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah,
Not all of
but pretty much. Because, I mean, obviously there's a lot of different modding websites and communities, and so there's, you know, a couple of differents. But even Steam Workshop, right? I mean, that's also a lot of mods and maps and stuff like that. The stream safe ones. Yeah, we are going to limit ourselves to, non-adult things indeed. So
Still
basically,
a family-friendly stream.
no, it's not particularly family, family friendly, but at least it's we're not going to push the boundaries. Skyrim indeed was a really good one, but we didn't want to do like the obvious one, at least somewhat. I mean, we do have maybe one or two obvious ones there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see already a lot of people in the chat also saying they've done a lot of modding in like Total War games, Skyrim, Fallout 4, indeed. So there's so let us also know in the chat, what is your favorite game that you've modded, and how much time did you? I mean, how much time did that buy the game? Let's say, like, how much time did you then, play the game that you probably normally wouldn't have done, because then maybe you finish with the game, because especially the modding a game, at least for me, gives games so much more replayability as well. Not just, I mean, there's a lot of different mods as well, right? So you have just optimizations, basically, like tweaking some UI elements, or getting rid of some bugs, or that kind of those kinds of mods. You have upgrading mods, so like HD texture packs, basically just kind of still, building on the vanilla experience. And then you have like things like, different textures, different, like completely different textures or different features building into the game, or even total overhaul mods, which are also pretty damn cool. And they require a lot of work. So respect to the people who put in the time to make those. So let's see, the mods are the only way to make Starfield into a good game. Ouch. Only game I once modded was F1 22 with the liveries. Oh, okay, so yeah, okay. To have the new looks of the cars. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. Probably old Team Fortress mod for Quake. Yeah, that one was back in the old days. That one was pretty popular as well. I remember 3-Wave. My cousin used to play 3-Wave in Quake 3 as well. Skyrim, yeah, of course, Fallout. HL2 cinematic mod, yeah. So there's some pretty damn good ones, right? So I think we can all agree. And so this is basically like a stream to kind of appreciate mods as well. So it's not so much about us or our hardware. We kind of just want to dive into a couple of mods as well and see what we can achieve with mods. I remember even when PUBG came out, there was like this, people used to play and use ReShade, because I just saw somebody also make the NRT Antiquitera is also saying Trackmania with ReShade makes it look good, stuff like that. So yeah, ReShade is one of the big ones as well, that you can pretty much just, pop over any game, I think, right? So it's basically just putting a filter over it. But then there are also mods that like actually alter the game files, where you do need to watch out a bit, because some games are a bit sensitive about it when it comes to especially anti-cheat, if that's a thing.
Mr. Lee, your PC case seems to have exploded. No. This is a test bench.
Exploded with awesomeness. Yeah.
No, we tried to. Well, we didn't try. We recreated two similar.
Almost identical.
Setups.
Yeah.
So both of them are equipped with a i9 13900K and a 4090.
Yes.
To see how much of an impact actually modding has on hardware as well. Because just because you can doesn't mean you should.
No, but yes. I mean, just for faffing about. And obviously, so we're going to start out with modding, what was it? Minesweeper, right?
I don't know if we even
That's
have
why we went with the 4090, I believe.
yeah.
Ray trace, full path tracing in Minesweeper.
We want to feel that explosion.
Exactly, yeah. With some external things added on as well.
Let's see. Oh, earlier in the chat, I saw that. Imagine you're missing a stream code because you were a winner last week. We'll check on it.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Let's see. It would have been nice to see how AMD does with mods. Well, these were the two systems that were like within our reach, like really, like we could get our hands on really quick.
And also, we still wanted to do like as high end as possible with indeed components that we had, so that we could pretty much. I mean, some of those mods really test the limits of the hardware as well, obviously. So yeah, really stirring that drink. I'm not just stirring the drink. I'm stirring a lot of things.
But yeah, one of the games that I've, well, I wouldn't say mod, I've used ReShade on, is Far Cry 1, one of my favorite games.
One of the things like earlier, you were working on this. He did all the work pretty much preparing for the live stream.
No, that was only for Far Cry 1.
I know. And then you like, using mods, and you just started showing ReShade. I was like, so where's the mods? You're like, well, this is it. And I turn this on and turn it on.
Okay.
So where are the actual mods?
Okay, so the thing is, I've never played with mods before.
Oh.
And so I thought that ReShade is a mod. It turns out it's kind of like in a gray area.
No, it's a filter. It's just like an Instagram filter, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much.
But it
You're
does.
not. I mean, mod by itself means modification.
Yeah.
So,
But it is.
you have to modify something, like files, for it to really be a mod, I guess.
But if I recall correctly, it did have to kind of mod my files. It added some things in my directory, so.
I'm not sure that's a modification more as much as adding something. Anyway, it's like an overlay. I mean, the chat agrees. I mean, it's not to be judgmental.
No,
I know I'm sounding
no.
very judgmental at the moment. I apologize for that. I don't mean to do it. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, so this is really your first foray into actual modding. So like this opens a whole new dimension for you, I think.
Yes and no, because the whole process of modding, it does not really add value for me.
Really?
The things that I've done right now. And
but adding value, define. How do you mean? What do you define as value?
do I find more enjoyment out of it? Not really.
Okay.
Right now.
Well, I mean, but you've only scratched the surface on
yeah,
this,
exactly.
right? Because
I don't think I've even scratched the surface.
No, not really. I mean, we just looked into some mods, how to like beautification. I think is the category we were looking into. So not really. I mean, there are a lot of games. Personally, I've played a lot of Mount and Blade, Bannerlord especially, but also Warband in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And there were. I mean, the base game it's okay. It's good. It's a bit janky, and a bit rough around the edges. But I mean, it's pretty good. But the mods are really where it shines. So you can add so many features, both in functionality, but also just in skins and how it looks. And you can pretty much do a total conversion to like Game of Thrones or something. So it's something completely different.
Okay, I mean,
suddenly.
Then I have did some modding for League of Legends.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but is that's allowed?
I did
like
some
buying skins. Buying skins does not constitute modding.
No.
Sure.
Back in the day, like really back in the day,
Yeah.
when League of Legends was not that old, they had.
You know how old I am, right? I'm older than League of Legends, so.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to play it back when it was in beta.
But you could like add custom skins, like the ones made by. By the community.
Okay.
But
For
nowadays,
free back then.
But nowadays, if you do it, you can actually get banned. I think.
Yeah, well,
because
you're altering game files then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not because of that, but also because like their security and everything is also hardware based nowadays.
Yep.
So they'll notice if you're hacking or whatsoever.
Yeah. You're not allowed to alter the game files. I mean, it's the same thing for most, because that's why I'm surprised when you said modding League of Legends, because that's a competitive title, let's say.
Yeah.
And so competitive games usually don't allow you to do that, because indeed it makes it way more vulnerable to things like cheating and you know. So usually those are not the games that you will find a lot of modding in. I mean, the only way you can mod there is with skins and your wallet, usually.
If I remember correctly, what I did was there's a champion called Zack, and I modded him into Shrek.
Nice. All right. I would have liked to see that. I've never done that, to be honest.
So that was fun. But yeah.
yeah. No, but there's a lot of things like with modding. What I also see is that, especially with older games, if you look on Nexus Mods, I think the best example there is Skyrim. How old is Skyrim now?
Ooh,
That's an old game, right?
Let me check.
When did that come out? The fact that that game still has such an active modding community and is still played by a lot of people, pretty much. 2011. There you go. So that game is 13 years old.
For me, 2011 doesn't even feel that long ago. But
no, for me neither. But still, I mean,
but
the fact that, for example, the whole modding community for a game like Skyrim is still so active and so alive, that I think that is actually the reason why that game is still alive for a lot of people. Because if it wouldn't have been for all those mods and all that things that you can do in that, I don't think nearly as many people would have been playing that game for this long. And that's just one example, and okay, granted, maybe one of the more extreme ones, but I think for a lot of games, mod support is actually what extends the lifespan of a lot of games and the playability or replayability for a lot of titles, for a lot of people. So that's actually one of the things that I really love about modding and well, I don't do modding, as in I've never developed anything for games. But I've used mods and I've just, I've been looking at them.
I know that my little brother, he used to play Skyrim a lot with a lot of mods. I think like 100 gigs full of mods.
Yeah.
But then
you could really freaking mess up your system, even if you had the most high-end hardware. You can like Skyrim, you can mod it so much, and it's impressive because it still remains in a lot of cases quite stable, the game. And that's impressive, especially, I mean, everybody knows Bethesda, they make awesome games, but, they usually are a bit janky and they can have some weird bugs, kind of hilarious ones as well. But for the game to be that stable and support that many mods, I mean, it's both impressive from the modders, because they have to kind of make sure it can run and it doesn't crash anything. But at the same time, the game itself needs to be kind of stable as well to be able to support that many mods.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, he quit because his GTX 970 couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah, that's a hard way to go.
I mean, I gave him my graphic card, which was the GTX 970. He didn't.
So he could have done two in SLI.
SLI, yeah.
I remember doing an SLI on two 970s. That was pretty good back then.
Well, then again, he combined a 970 with a Ryzen 5 3600. So I'm not sure if you still have SLI in B450 motherboards. No, right?
No, you don't go through the motherboard, so it doesn't matter. Motherboard doesn't matter.
Oh,
only AMD Crossfire went through the motherboard after a certain time, but NVIDIA always had the bridge, the SLI bridge.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I never did.
The motherboard didn't matter as far as SLI went, but the game needed to support it, so that was a bit hit or miss. One game would, the other wouldn't. Yeah, the 970 was a great card, and then after a while, it became the worst card, indeed, Pandorian. You're right.
Wait,
like when it came out, all the reviews were raving, and it was like the best possible card ever. And then somebody found out that indeed, although it had 4 gigs of VRAM, if you went over the 3.5 gigs basically level, that the final 500 megabytes of VRAM was a lot slower for some reason. I don't remember the exact reason, but I think it had a lower bandwidth or something. So that meant that then you would get stutters and stuff like that. So basically they were finding and at that point, games didn't use near to 3.5 gigs of VRAM. So you really had to mod games and stuff like that to even get to that level, to find that limit, let's say. And so then everybody was indeed going from, well, this is the best card ever, like the 970 when it came out, like it had the best reviews, everybody loved the card, really good value as well for the performance you got. And then suddenly, when they found that limit, everybody's like, yeah, that card sucks, we should get money back from NVIDIA. And it was like overnight, it became like, it went from the best card ever and the best reviews to the worst. And everybody was like, you do realize it's still the exact same card, right? Like nothing changed. So how can it suddenly become, anyway, it was hilarious back in the day.
I mean, I never tried SLI, so that's why I never knew about this.
No, I mean, it didn't even matter with SLI. The only problem with SLI is that you can only use the VRAM from one card, let's say. So you couldn't say, okay, so this card has got 4 gigs and the other card's got 4 gigs. So together I have 8 gigs, right? Yeah, that's not how SLI worked. It didn't pool the memory. So you could only still have 4 gigs of one card's worth of VRAM. But you had the horsepower of both cards. So that was, yeah.
Still,
Anyway.
that falls.
Yeah, it is. But, you know, in the end, inherently all products have, you know, if you go look for the limit, you'll find it. And so, yeah, that one was maybe a little bit earlier than you would expect. But, yeah, it was, it was a cool time. It was still, I still loved my 970. I remember that. That was about the time that I joined MSI, actually, when I had those that card. I went from a GTX 770 to a 970.
I was going through puberty.
Yeah, I'd already been there.
I was 17, 16, 17 around that time. That was my first PC.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I recently uncovered my first PC that I bought with my own money. It didn't really boot up, but the fan started spinning and it produced a hell of a lot of coil whine. So who knows? I might get it to work at some point. Anyway,
960 to a 1080 was my first upgrade.
That's a pretty big. That's an insane upgrade back in those days.
For me, it was 970 to 2080 Super. Yeah,
that's also a very,
huge,
very big. Yeah.
And then after that, it was 3080, 6900 XT. And then back to 3080, and then to 4080, and then 4090, and now downgrade back to 3090 Ti. yeah. Downgrade. Yeah, downgraded because I just don't have that much time left, and I don't need that that much power.
I love when people say. So I used to go to what was it? In Sweden, DreamHack, the event, and then not as a visitor, let's say, but I was there to help out with the booth and you know, with also I would be in the shop, let's say. We were asked to help with the shop there. And then so people would come and ask for advice, and so I still remember it was in the time when you had the 10 series. So somebody was asking like, so do you have a 1080 Ti here? I was like, yeah, we have a 1080 Ti. So and basically I was asking, so what games do you play? Because if you need that card, like, you know, what kind of awesome rig are you running? And it's like, no, it's just 1080p. And I said, oh, well, but what games do you play? Because it must be really, you know, some heavy stuff then, right? It's like, no, just some surfing on the web. And like, what? But then what? Why do you need? That's like the equivalent of, you know, saying, "Oh, I want to buy a 4090 today." Pretty much, it was just insane. And then the games they did play were like some really like League of Legends type games. It was like, dude, you can run this on an integrated GPU. Come on.
I didn't know that back then. I actually
yeah.
used the 970 mostly for CS and yeah, League of Legends.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but I mean, the 970, you could still. I remember playing The Witcher 3 on it. You know, it's actually incidentally one of the games we're going to look at today as well. And that was a pretty solid card for that at 1080p. You know, okay, maybe you needed to switch Hairworks off because that had a pretty big performance hit back then. But yeah,
I'm hearing a lot of old graphic cards that I've never heard before, like Voodoo, X.
Oh, but Voodoo is where it pretty much. No, I don't want to say where it began, but you know that was yeah.
All right.
Yes, let's get going. Oh, TNT2, Riva. Whew. Yes.
I had a Voodoo too. I don't know. The only thing I remember is that I had a Gateway PC. I don't know what.
Gateway?
Yeah, it was.
Well, that was the brand of the PC?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
God.
I think if you see it, you. This one.
Probably a local brand or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see it anymore.
I remember from my childhood, with the first PC we had was a high screen. No, like it had a red logo with a horse. That's what I remember. But so it's probably like a local brand, and then afterwards we custom ordered a Dell. I believe that was the thing back then.
This was a American
Oh, okay.
American company.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It looked like this.
Yeah. Anyway, let's say. Oh, Gateway is still around. I think it's mostly in America. I haven't seen one in years. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I just remember that logo, but that's it.
Oh, okay. Acer bought it eventually.
It has a coast. Yeah. But
Cow
yeah.
skin themed PCs.
That was
I love it.
the first PC ever that we owned, and
I
didn't
love
really
it.
play games.
This is the thing. I like back in the day, they didn't take things that seriously, so they had cow skin themed PCs. That's awesome. Like, why don't they do that anymore? Maybe they do, but yeah. Anyway.
Maybe because it doesn't give that gamer aesthetic anymore. I'm playing.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Not gamer aesthetic?
I'm playing on a cow.
What? Yeah, exactly. What communicates
Their
gamer
boxes
aesthetic?
all look like cows too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Like, anyway, right. So let's get into it. What have we got today? Actually, you're downloading. Maybe we can. Let's see. Which one is that? This is your screen.
Yeah.
You're actually downloading one of the mods still, right? It takes a while.
So we're downloading the Witcher 3 mod.
Yeah.
It's called HD Rework Project.
Yeah.
We
It's
don't
2
know what it
gigs.
looks like.
No.
So
We don't know if it will work, but yeah.
So right now we are total noobs with mods. So
Especially you. Because
Yeah.
I self-admitted, right? You mentioned that. I've done some modding, not in the games that we are showing today. Actually, well, maybe The Witcher 3 I did. I used to mod a little bit. Also maybe beautification, or mainly beautification back in the day, but I haven't played The Witcher 3 for quite a long time. Maybe let's start. Yeah, let's start with the oldest one. So Far Cry. And
Yeah.
I think I need to boot it up here as well, right? Because we're gonna do like a side-by-side comparison.
Yep.
No.
No. Oh wait.
Yeah.
You don't have it on that account.
No.
You don't have to because I'll just press the.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, we'll just do that.
Because
on your screen.
with Far Cry, we didn't really mod it. Well, I didn't really mod it. I just used ReShade.
Right, let's switch to your screen for a second.
Wait. Oh my, no. This is not.
Huh? What is not? Oh. Was it
Okay, so guys,
maybe 3 instead of 4? You want to make that layout bigger, right?
Wait.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah, that's true.
I need to do this first.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, this 1920. That is 80.
There we go. Yeah. So we were testing at 4K earlier, but because of we basically were using 2 different capture cards, and there was a color difference. So we tried to eliminate it by doing capturing both PCs in the same capture card, but then we had to switch back to 1080p, which kind of eliminated most of the color difference. So that's the good part, the good news. The bad news is that if we alt tab, it kind of loses signal altogether for a few seconds. So
yeah. And not
to-
just that, because we're going to do like a split screen comparison later with
Yes.
the more recent games.
Yes.
We had to move the MSI Afterburner so you can see the FPS difference between modded and not modded.
Yeah, so that's why.
That's why it's like in such a weird position.
in that
here.
position, indeed.
Yeah.
Later on, it will make sense. Trust us. Yes, it's not a bug; it's a feature, as Mike says.
So this game, one of my favorites, best of the Far Cry series, even if it's old.
It's
Back
the
then-
OG. It's the original.
Yeah, back then it had a story.
You can actually see that you're using ReShade. I like that. At
In the top.
left.
Yeah.
Compiling 4 effects remaining. System can become application could become unresponsive for some time. Right.
Okay, so this is very bright for you guys.
I'm getting Mario vibes.
So, so this is what the game originally looks like, and it's running at like 400 FPS, but as you can see, the graphics card is barely being used. But once I hit the mods, oh well, it's not that bad on a 4090. Yesterday when I was doing it on my 3090 Ti, it dropped to 100% usage, but I guess with a 4090, it's not even a big deal for it because the fans are not even spinning. But oh, you think it looks worse. Okay, so the thing is, for me,
there's a lot of personal opinions.
This is
obviously.
very like subjective. I like the way the water looks right now. Like it's actually blue. If I turn it off, it kind of like becomes like a little bit.
He doesn't want realistic. He wants bright, vivid colors, guys. Come on.
I like.
My eyes are burning.
I like bright vivid colors because like at home I'm using an OLED with HDR mode and everything.
But
on.
this does illustrate the beauty of modding, guys. Because like, and even in multiplayer games, like color, the way you choose colors, you can choose whatever looks nicest to you, and other people don't have to notice it, right? Because it's just for you. It's just what you're seeing. I've seen the same thing with people with what was it, these games that came out recently that said you could mod was it the Blade Point or whatever, or what was some of those other games that came out recently, and there were a lot of comments on the outfits and stuff like that. The nice thing is that they can bring out the game in like a very safe version, and then people can just mod it to the level of depravity that they feel comfortable with. And nobody else needs to, be bothered by it, because it's only on the PC of
yes.
ASCII. Oh yes, I love ASCII.
Wait.
What does that do?
Oh wait, and then I have to press this.
Yes! Oh
No!
Yes! Oh, that's impressive.
Oh no!
That is impressive.
What
I mean,
is
look
this?
around. No, good. Look around. That is. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's. But
What
that
is
is
this?
Well, have you never heard of ASCII?
No.
Really? That's basically just building things out of normal characters. Like building images out of normal characters.
Oh, I can see it in the screen. I see letters,
Exactly,
numbers.
yeah. You're building it up out of characters.
I can see oval.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but this is so impressive, man. This really is impressive.
I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, but that's like, this is what I mean when I say it's basically just like an Instagram filter, because that's kind of what you can do there as well, right?
Yeah, I mean...
You see what I mean?
Let's see, I can also do CRT.
Oof! Yep, yeah, scan lines. Love it. Give us 8K bitrate.
Oh, we can't.
No,
No,
we're limited, sorry. What, before and after? What is that? Before, after effects?
No, that's a split screen effect.
Oh, I see, okay.
But there are so many things, as you can see, there are so many effects that you can try out to make it look like you can tune it, because when you go down, you can like change the saturation. Of course, you can make what I have here. You can make it less saturated. But I'm gonna be honest, I like things saturated.
Wait, this is less saturated?
No.
Oh,
I think I can do it here if I.
I mean, I'm colorblind, but holy crap.
I don't know. I'm the type that really likes
I think
this.
Pandorian Grey is saying, I think ReShade had its own ray tracing effect, right?
I think it does, but it depends on the game as well. It has fake HDR. Yeah, it does.
Can you check? About ray tracing?
There were some effects that were not.
Okay. FSR, slow over. That's okay. But everything there is available and should work.
Available for Far Cry 1.
All right, cool. Let's see if there's. I mean, go to the R ray tracing.
No, this is not done alphabetically, because if I go down again, then it goes back to A, B, C.
Wow.
For example.
Can you just search or something? Is there a search?
Oh, here.
Hey.
Ray.
Yeah, 1A.
Oh, Ray.
Ray.
Cathode ray? No.
God rays.
Tracking
rays.
No.
Brightness.
There's so much color.
Bright areas cast rays on the screen. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I like this. I like this.
Did you put in any kind of ray tracing? No.
No, there's no ray tracing for this, sadly. Not for this game.
Why?
RT.
Advanced CRT.
What is this?
Oh god, no.
This looks like
Well, it just adds a lot of scan lines, obviously.
RT. Lens distortion. No. What I do find funny is that like they also add like some funny effects.
Wait, maybe I can find it. So ReShade, Far Cry, ray tracing.
If I got this called swirl, yeah. So I can turn on swirl. Look what happens.
Yeah, okay, but that's just a distortion effect. Alright. I mean, honestly, I would doubt that ReShade has actual ray tracing, because that actually doesn't make a lot of sense, since it doesn't really interact with the game itself so much as put a filter over it. And I think to do actual ray tracing, you would need it to be like included in the game. Otherwise, I don't think it can work very well, if at all.
What are you limited by? 8K bitrate usually. We're limited by Restream, right?
I think so. Yeah. So we
Restream
use a
allows-
platform called Restream to stream to multiple channels at the same time. So that's YouTube, Twitch, X or Twitter. A couple of actually two channels of X. What else? TikTok usually. So multiple different channels. So we kind of have to use the platform to be able to do that.
Okay, as you can see, NVIDIA React Remix project, but that's a game engine rebuild.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's completely different. That's not ReShade.
But yeah, for me, if I turn this on, suddenly it's a lot more enjoyable for me. Oh no.
Oh, there's a chopper. Get to the chopper.
Okay, so one thing I didn't like about this game is that the AI or whatever the AI of the enemy, they can see you through the building.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, that's probably a helicopter shooting at me.
Nice.
But yeah, so I didn't well, ReShade, not really a mod, I guess. Decimated, yeah. Somebody said that I'm a Apex Legends rank player. Yes, I am, definitely.
Oh.
I play Apex Legends.
So there is. Oh,
Far Cry looks much better. You see, someone says it looks much better.
Nah, it doesn't.
Skeets, thank you.
No, it doesn't.
Or I don't know. I guess, like I was discussing this with Eric. Like adding stuff like this, it's very subjective.
Yeah. So the only thing I'm wondering is you have like I've got a video here now as well with basically you get upscaled visuals as well for Far Cry. But it's from a different mod site. So it's not Nexus mods, but it's ModDB, which is one of the other bigger sites of mods.
But it also uses ReShade, right?
Yes. And it mentions it uses the ray tracing GI ReShade ray tracing GI. I'm not sure what that means, but apparently there is some sort of ray tracing in there.
But yeah, but the fun thing is
GI is I guess just global illumination. So anyway,
the things I like of ReShade though is just because that I can actually also edit how saturated is this.
Yeah, the cool thing about that is and you have like an in-game menu as well. And that's one of the things I liked about ReShade as well when I did use it in the past a little bit. So it's really easy to make some changes and to make some edits. You don't have to like go out of the game and then edit in files or something like that.
Yeah. And also, if you don't want to use it, I can easily just use one button and it's turned off.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. The enemy can see you because you're wearing a red Hawaiian shirt in the game.
Oh yeah,
True
that's
that.
true.
True that.
That's true. But yeah, I was testing this yesterday and made me play the game a little for like 2 or 3 hours because I kind of like missed the story and everything. But then I got like through like a lot of jump scares. I got scared.
Jesus.
For the people that actually play this game, you have like these aliens jumping at you, monsters.
Really?
Yeah.
You have that in a lot of games.
Well,
Have you ever played Alien Isolation?
no.
Ah. You probably shouldn't.
In Half-Life, they have those face huggers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. You know how Half-Life Alex?
Yes.
So I was playing it on my VR. I got scared.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you get jump scares from Far Cry and from face huggers, indeed, then yeah. Anyway, and Alien Isolation is one of the it's an actual horror game. So you actually get chased by the alien. Anyway, but I remember we played what was that game called? Lethal Company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I know, and we're both not very good for like scary or horror games. Honestly, it's not really our go-to category.
I heard that they're working on Lethal Company VR.
That makes sense. Yeah, obviously.
VR is probably great for scary games. Definitely
yeah.
great, but man, I'm gonna shit my pants if I play one.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know if any of you played The Forest. It's like a survival game.
Yeah, I have.
So there's also a VR mode. I got into the intro scene in the airplane where you see like a demon or a kind of thing like next to you. I was playing it with headphones on as well. So the first moment I saw that, I took it off. I was like, nope, turn the lights on. I was scared.
Yeah.
Didn't touch the game anymore.
You sleep with the light on since then.
Yeah. Like when I go to the hallway, lights on. Toilet, lights on.
Yeah.
And then one by one, turn it off again. But yeah,
Anyway.
this is not the best example that we have for modding the game, but it does tax the GPU a little bit.
Technically, it isn't even modding.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do see, like, to get into the theme of the stream, which is kind of, beautify your game, kill your FPS. Yeah, you do see that even with ReShade, something just putting a filter over it, it already impacts your FPS because it went from like a steady 600 to like you almost halve it by doing that, which is ridiculous to me because you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, and also looking at the how much the GPU is being used. If you turn it off, well, it dials way down.
31, 36. All right. Yeah.
So yeah, this is so yeah, like I said. I haven't dug deep into modding, and I thought this was a mod. So, should Kit play Alien Ragers? No, don't count me in with any horror games. It's not made for me.
No, it's not really his thing.
Because I don't know if any of you remember Lethal Company. I was screaming during that live stream.
Yeah, during practicing as well. By the way,
Oh, that was so scary.
Anyway, do you know what time it is?
It's time for a giveaway?
Yeah.
All right.
Right, so today we're giving away, as you can see over Lee's shoulder there, some Steam Wallet codes. And we'll send those out to you as soon as possible. We will include a free scream from Lee. Exactly, yeah, we'll save that for you. Anyway.
One or two?
One or two, yeah. Sounds good.
One or two winners?
Yeah, one or two.
Which one?
I'll let you decide.
We'll start with one.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Draw.
Right. So participate by going to msi.com/2/insider. I'm not sure if anybody was the link already shared.
I don't know. Don't email it.
No.
Don't clip it.
No, it's fine. You should be able to find it still.
I should put it on private.
What? The screen?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I should put it on private.
It's public now, man. It's too late.
No.
It's too late.
I did not. Did I sign a?
Yes, you did.
Oh crap.
Yeah. Anyway, you signed away your rights, as did I, by the way. Anyway, so you can participate by going to msi.com/2/insider or follow the link that's being shared in the chat on either YouTube or Twitch. Exactly, that link you can go to as well. And there, the more actions you perform, the better your chance of winning. It's basically a points tally system, and you only have to participate once for every live stream. If you are a regular viewer and you participate more often, you will get bonus loyalty points that you can throw into the mix there as well. You can do that every single live stream. They keep adding up, basically, and it basically just gives you a better chance of winning, so why not? Right.
We have our first winner.
Time for our first winner.
Right.
Okay, it's Noob Snail.
Congratulations,
Noob Snail. You are our first winner. You will receive a wallet code from us, and we will send that out to you after the live stream. Hope you can do something nice with it.
Oh, and as everyone can see, he's actually sitting next to me this time.
So we can punch each other.
Oh,
Boom.
that hurts. No, just kidding.
Right.
No, so this time we're actually sitting next to each other.
For
He's
change.
real? Yes.
Like, I'm waiting for me to kind of, go like a hologram, like some interference there. Anyway, right.
Shall we go to...
What's the next one?
Cyberpunk.
Yes?
Yeah?
Okay.
So with Cyberpunk, I've already modded it beforehand. So sorry guys if you wanted to see the process, but
Yeah.
it was such a learning experience for me how to mod this game. And I was afraid that if I didn't turn on the mods beforehand...
Maybe we do need to specify, indeed, Sasko is asking what mods did you go for.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
we should kind of specify which mods we went with.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can do that. I can do that.
Nice.
I'll just open my folder.
Right. Yeah. Or do we still have like the website open that we can?
No, I close all the tabs.
All right. Okay. Okay. So here's the download folder. Just delete all the naughty stuff first.
Oh crap. Wait guys, wait. No.
Too late.
No.
Right.
So, okay, maybe if I... Is this big enough, guys? Can you guys read this?
I think so. But you'll read it out for them.
Okay, so for Cyberpunk, we added a HD rework project,
Anarchy, don't tell 'em.
ultra quality. What?
No, don't tell them.
Don't tell me what. Oh. Really?
I'm not sure if that works, by the way.
Oh, wait.
But we can check it out.
Wait a minute.
In the launcher.
Wait a minute.
This is already in the game.
Yeah, I need to close the game again.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny if we were testing the game, but we didn't even have the mods enabled?
Yes.
But our FPS did drop.
That would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, Pandorian Grey from Twitch. I think the YouTuber is called Digital Dreams. Although those, his mods like that he's using make the cars look so realistic. I thought it was actually.
But you have to pay for those.
Oh, I can't click it.
No. Yeah, so we're not actually using mods like that, I don't think.
No, I don't think
We are
so.
basically, we literally put,
Oh.
lol, what? You're gonna board it?
Retry.
Oh, nice. You, how many times did you click it?
Wait. Play. Okay, play without mods. But it's saying it's playing without mods, but we didn't use a program to mod it.
No. We
actually changed the files
Yes.
in the directory to get the same effect.
Okay, so go back to the folder if you want, and then start explaining which ones we have.
Okay.
So first we had one that Eric suggested.
That one was Cyberpunk Ultra Plus.
Yeah, which includes?
Which includes, so prevents stuttering, like it helps things with stuttering and...
So that's like a performance fix?
I think I might as well just show you the website.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
This one. Yeah, it was this one. So this is what Ultra Plus actually does. I'm not sure if everybody can read, so I'll zoom in a little bit. So it fixes AMD path tracing,
Doesn't really apply on this system because it's not AMD.
Improved path tracing performance, improves performance for PT21, and PT21 is actually the patch that path tracing is on for Cyberpunk. Improves quality of path tracing, improves object pop-in, helps stutters. I think this one was one of the major things for this mod.
But also on cards with less than 12 gigs of VRAM, which this card has double that.
Yeah, 24.
So it shouldn't really matter.
And in this mod, it actually, well, when you download it, if you open it, it'll tell you what you have to do. So first you have to choose which patch you have of Cyberpunk. So we have 2.12, and then you actually click the VRAM that your GPU has, and then you copy it into the correct directory. So Eric actually explained to me how this worked. and he told me if you don't know how to do it,
There's a README in there as well.
you're on your own. Yeah, but yeah, there's a README, so it tells you where to go, where to paste it, where to install it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty self-explanatory in the end. So that was one of them.
Yeah.
And then we also.
So that one was pretty much all about some general fixes.
Yeah.
But mostly path tracing and ray tracing, right? So that's mainly that.
Then we also had improve our environment LOD. So that means what
More detail, level of detail.
Level
so
of detail,
basically, you know, if you look somewhere and there's lots of stuff going on, like shops or stuff like that, there should be more detail there. There should be more to see, basically.
We also removed, we added something called Blur Be Gone. So this was one that Peter recommended.
Very high recommend, and also part of the movie that we saw, the guy with all the mods that you mentioned, they also said Blur Be Gone was one of the was really like a must-have. And then there was one more. The
HD Rework Project Ultra Quality. So for this one to work, I had to install 4 other mods to Cyberpunk before it worked. And this takes quite some of the mods actually take a lot of space.
But I mean, Comanso was already saying, like, modding typically is not very complicated. Some can be, but typically they're not that complicated. It's just, you know, putting the files in the right location. Or if you like, there are mod managers that kind of do that for you if you want. But it's mostly very time consuming because you have to find the mods, you have to check, especially if there's a patch. Usually you have to see if maybe wait for updates unless you want to play vanilla, because if there's an update to the game, it can break mods and stuff like that. Anyway, so it's usually just very time consuming. And also in some cases, I mean, we were looking around. We only did the Ultra mod that you mentioned, and we were really looking around and saying, I don't really see the difference.
No.
But maybe we just didn't know where to look, because it was for us kind of like, there should be we did see the difference in performance, so that was interesting, and we'll see that in a minute.
Because, okay, so this is what the game looks like for me. So we're switching to split view with Peter also having Cyberpunk on his PC. Yeah. So we're going to the same location. I have to see where he is. We're here.
Oh,
so let's go to Milfgard.
Stand on the middle of the street again.
Yeah, we could.
Well, I'm on the little sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll try to get the same thing.
Okay.
On the screen.
But as you can already see, we have similar hardware, but because of the mods that I have, I'm not even getting 60 FPS.
No. And we're not. To be fair, we're not running DLSS. We were just basically, you know, running native.
So the settings that we actually have turned on, graphics. So we didn't have anything. We didn't have frame gen on. I mean, we could turn it on, but.
It's not for you know, smooth FPS right now. No. That's not the idea. The idea is basically to show you, without anything going on as well, what is the difference in terms of performance, and also is it worth it when you look at the visual quality. And I mean, it's tricky to see because this is a side-by-side comparison, obviously, but they are 2 different instances of the game, so there will be some differences in terms of traffic and what comes by. The time of day, you know, so there will be a few differences there, but overall, it's quite it was difficult for us. Shall we go to that ramp again, where you could that was leading up the highway?
Which way is that? Oh, that way.
Yeah, because there you could at least, you know, you could see into the distance.
Oh, I don't want to be run over by a car.
Not again.
Not again, no.
And then just go to the first trash can on the right.
Wait, did you go up?
No. I went there, straight ahead. There, yes, that way. And then on the left side of the street, there is a trash can.
This one?
No.
This one?
The the first one you see.
I don't have a trash can here. Oh wait, on the right side. Okay.
And then just look basically at the skyline. And so there are some differences there.
Yeah.
And so especially the blur be gone, so there should be a little bit more detail as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lee's version should look just slightly nicer. You can see on the windows there as well. Obviously, it's in his game the sun is already coming up a bit, so there's a bit of difference. But yeah, on the right, I mean, people are already saying, yeah, it's sharper on the right, and that's, I mean, remember that's with compression as well, obviously with the live stream, so it's probably harder to spot. But yeah, there is a lot more detail going on, and it's just sharper. It looks better on his screen.
Action brother, the reason that it sounds like you can hear Peter from my mic is because we're sitting next to each other. Normally we sit a little bit apart from each other. He sits behind a desk and I sit at the
you're right.
streaming.
I'm looking at my mic and it's actually blinking. So for some reason my receiver at this end probably has gone out. Let me see if I can.
But then again, guys, the game might look better on mine, but trust me, when I look at his screen, the playability looks...
oh, I can see why it went out. I think somebody forgot to charge it.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I think I know why. We were making use of the studio on Monday.
Well, let me see if this will work with the charger attached.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay.
So like there's a 40
like
FPS difference. So I'm wondering, is it worth it? For me, this game feels a little bit slow and laggy, and yeah, the game.
I mean, you could still do DLSS, right? So
yeah,
it's definitely salvageable.
I want to see if I turn DLSS if it's. Or just turn off frame gen.
But I mean, you bring up a good point, because this is really something that is, you know, it's a personal choice. Some people will really appreciate the difference, and other people will really think, well, what am I doing here? Ray tracing. Oh, okay. Let's. Oh, what preset did we have?
45 FPS on the 4090. Time to cry. Yeah.
Yeah. What preset were we using? Sorry. I changed something. Oh crap, we went to custom, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I just messed it up. Anyway, okay, DLSS, and then...
Frame generation, ray reconstruction, and just apply.
But which one did we, are we using? Auto or?
Oh wait, let me see. Performance?
No, I would say quality, because performance will sacrifice visual quality.
What about NVIDIA DLA? Isn't that one?
No, that's deep learning. What was it?
Anti-aliasing, right?
Yeah, but that's, I think, different. So that's not really
quality?
The same as DLSS, I believe. Quality indeed. Ray reconstruction, yes. Frame generation, you can just put that on, because if you're going for more FPS, then that makes sense. Path tracing still on. And the rest, let's see if I...
So somebody asked earlier what resolution are we well, testing this on. It was 1080p because our capture card, we only had one 4K capture card, and we tried using another capture card to capture 4K, but we noticed that when we did that, there was already a color difference. So for people that are watching the stream, it was a little bit difficult to see which one would look nicer, which one would look better. So that's why in the end we switched to two capture cards that can capture full HD, and then the colors were actually really similar. So that's why we did it. Because our first idea was to put everything on 4K to actually show you the big difference, but it just wasn't possible at the moment.
I mean, at least it had a drawback.
Yeah.
So we decided to do it like this instead. Can you check in your graphics settings something? Because yeah, so crowd density was still on high. I'm not sure. Somebody mentioned something about turn off HDD mode for crowd density. I'm not sure. I only get
The mods are good for screenshot purposes. Yeah.
probably. What else? I had something here. Oh yeah, a level of detail on right at the bottom for me was set to low. Okay, that one's
high.
already on high. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then everything pretty much on high.
Yeah.
Even motion blur. But let's leave it on for the sake of having it the same.
Let's see. Yeah. It's in gameplay, not graphics. Yeah, I guess so. But to be honest, if a game has amazing graphics
Yes.
and decent gameplay, I think I would still prefer that over. I mean, like for me, if the
depends on
graphics
the
are
game as
ugly,
well.
no, for me, if the graphics are ugly, I tend not to touch the game. For example, I might hurt some people with this comment, but I've never played Minecraft because I think it's ugly.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. What about a game like, I'm not sure if you've seen it back in the day, Valheim?
Yeah, I didn't touch that one either. I just didn't like the graphics, the way it feels.
I mean, it's it's different. I mean, you need to have a good balance. So, also, what is your definition of good graphics? Does it have to be realistic? Can it be stylized in a certain way? You know, we saw it earlier, right? A game like Stardew Valley, which is really pixely, but you know, if you're okay with that. I think what most people are saying is like the graphics can draw you into a game, but if the gameplay is crap or just not good, doesn't feel good, you're not going to play it, no matter how good it looks, probably. So there needs to be a balance, and so if obviously it needs to appeal to you, and that's the you know graphical visuals, let's say as well. It needs to appeal to you. And so to you, that already means like maybe a higher quality or more realistic, or you know at least more 3D, or it can be heavily stylized. But the gameplay itself is what kind of keeps you there.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Eric wants everybody to know Minecraft is cool.
He
also loves Roblox. Yeah, Minecraft can do RTX indeed. It's pretty cool in that regard. It's simplistic in its graphical style, but I think it's also very accessible because of the how simplistic it looks for a lot of kids, especially for younger people.
No, for me the reason those games do not appeal to me is because indeed of the pixelated graphics. It just doesn't feel for me like if a game has clear pixels, it just doesn't look that appealing to me. That's just the way it is. But then again, also as somebody said, those games are massive time sinks. That's true. And after a while, when I finish building, I'm like, okay, so what did I do? I had the same thing with Pal World. I finished the game, and then afterwards, I was like, huh.
What do I do now?
What do I do now? I've built so many like of those. What do you call that again?
Bases?
No. Well, not just bases, but low bond. What do you call that in English?
Yeah. The conveyor belt.
Yeah, conveyor belt like to produce Pokemon like those. I'm not gonna use
all types of. Well, you can but you can produce all kinds of stuff there. I noticed.
I produced a lot of those, and then I finished the game, and then I was like, huh. So these type of games are just not meant for me because after a while I'm like, I can't continue with this game anymore because I feel like I finished the game. I like games that have a clear ending.
Yeah, true.
So.
Yeah, and that's those are more like sandbox type games, right?
Yeah,
They're not. It's not like a story where there's a beginning and an end.
Yeah.
It's more like just do whatever you like, and of course there are some missions, but usually it's just like in the example of that game of Pal World, it was more like how do you level up and maybe unlock a new area or go to a new area. But once you've been everywhere and unlocked everything, it's kind of like Valheim, I guess, in a way. Actually in Valheim you still have those bosses, and I think in Pal World you also have some bosses, but it's not like when you defeat the final boss then you get a cinematic outro or something and the game is done. That's not really
Pal World needs more content. Well, new content is actually coming soon, so I saw that. Yeah. But then again, it's not like I hate, because hate is a big word. But it doesn't mean that I hate pixelated games. So like, do you know it's the Super Nintendo?
Those
games have like a lot of pixels.
Dude, you say about pixelated games, but yet you also play on a Steam Deck. You say so. right?
Yeah, but then again, that's not really pixelated. It's just
Keep telling yourself
Okay,
that. No,
okay,
just kidding.
so-
No. But I mean, but you're right. I mean, and that's why it's very personal, right? So what appeals to you doesn't appeal to other people. It's the same like the genre, right? I like medieval type games, as we've said before, like Mount and Blade and Warband and stuff like that. But I also like realistic type games and shooters like CS2 and PUBG. So it depends.
yeah. See, I'm not the only one. There are, for example, Alan JT and Kenneth. They both say like it's because of big blocky. Yeah.
It depends. Like things like Roblox and Minecraft kind of are off-putting to me as well. But that's more because they look, and I would hesitate to call it like childish to me. So it's more like, I'm not really drawn to that style. I'm a big boy. Not really the thing going on, but that's kind of like I like more real, at least somewhat more realistic, unless it's really part of a stylized, and then not really like big chunky blocks. That doesn't really speak to me either. It's like a bit more refined. So it can be pixely for me. That's fine. I really loved Valheim, for example, which is a very pixely style, a very low res, let's say. But I really liked it because the gameplay was good and the atmosphere was great. So then it becomes like it's intentionally that pixel. It's not because the game is crap or they didn't put time in or whatever, but it's part of the concept, let's say. And then if that makes sense and it is part of the concept, then that's fine. I'm not sure if it is, but I think actually, Sasko, partly at least, I think it actually does use voxels in it. Meaning, that's like no matter how you see it. Basically, if you see a brush or a bush, it will rotate with you, or the grass or something like that.
Have you tried Undertale? No, not me.
Yeah, for the terrain. Yeah. I mean, I grew up playing the first Delta Force game, for example, and Delta Force 2, and that was voxel as hell. That was like
you know that term does
sprites
not
and voxels and stuff.
You know that term does not mean anything to me.
Yeah, well, that's because it's before your time, I think. But anyway, so yeah, that's
Man,
that's
I
where
feel
we,
young again.
Yeah, you should, because you are compared to some of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else we want to show in because I mean we've shown a couple of things. Maybe we want to show some detail in.
But now that we
Cyberpunk.
actually changed the settings, I feel like it does not even make that big of a difference anymore. The mods, does it? Can you go back to the same spot?
No, well, it also depends on the spot, like, because what I'm looking for, and I haven't really played this game in a long time. I don't even know where what is, but like if you have like street vendors, oh, there's a car again, like street vendors and stuff like that. I believe like the added level of detail there, from the screenshots that I've seen, really make a difference, and it just makes it a bit more immersive, a bit more real.
Where did you go?
Somewhere, in search of a shop.
And by the way, Frozen Eagle, you asked me if I use high settings or competitive settings. For Apex, I use competitive settings, just to get the max FPS.
Yeah.
Okay, can you press M so I know where you are?
No.
Let's see. Okay, so you're like here on the bridge.
Yes. Yeah.
So
no, not on the bridge.
This way. Is it this way? Oh no.
Oh,
no.
What are you doing?
Yeah, okay, here and on the left.
Yeah. Because I found a shop here. And so we might be able to tell some differences here. I'm not sure.
I mean, Frozen Eagle, I'm using a 360 hertz screen, so I want to get that 360 FPS, even though Apex is capped at 300, sadly. Okay, so I need to go. Wait, so did you go up here?
No, I didn't go up anywhere.
Huh? Please don't hit me with the car. Wait, but...
I'm a bit more to your right still.
There? Did you cross the street?
Did the chicken cross the street? I don't know. Press M again. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Wait, let me see if I can find that Brooklyn barista there.
Fear...
There we go, I think this is, yeah. So this is one of the.
But yeah, Frozen Eagle, I haven't
Maybe here, this
have
stand.
a lot of time to play.
The stand at the corner.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you just passed
This
it.
one.
Yeah, that's also one. That's here.
Oh yeah, that's this one. Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure if that's, but yeah,
Yeah, it's
this
the same
one.
one. So if we look at the stand, is there a big difference? Okay. I mean, I can see more details like on the top of the parasol.
Yeah. A little bit.
Oh, and also the bottles look better, I think.
Well, honestly, I mean, for me, the text, right? You're there, and it says there ketchup and
Mustard.
was it mustard? For me, the text does pop in at some point. Here we go.
Oh.
But I need to get that close, and that's the LOD, so that's the level of detail, and when it loads in, let's say. So for me, and I'm at ultra settings otherwise. So for me, if I step away, text gone. For you, it stays
still
there.
there.
And that's one of the
wait.
difference. I mean, that's a small difference, obviously, but
Yeah.
it you know, it's like less noticeable pop in. Because for me, honestly, if I get this close already, and then I can actually see it pop in the text. So that's kind of immersion breaking, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, having that kind of thing, and that's just one example. I think there are others as well, but it's like, you know, small details. And this is just like a silly one that we just found. If we go to, if you go down that street, there's also the other place here on the left with like a bar. I'm wondering if there's something, yeah, that guy. I'm wondering if we go just, you know, go up to there. Oh, it's actually a girl there for you.
Yeah, I got the better shot.
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you see anything on the coffee? Is there supposed to something? No, there's nothing
No.
supposed to be written there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering indeed, like in there.
Beautify mode is quite nice with color. Thank you. But yeah, that's what mods can do with the game. But yeah, of course, there's still a big difference in FPS. But then again,
Yeah.
everything above 60 FPS for me, especially in like a story-based game, it makes a big difference. For like games such as Cyberpunk, I don't really need that high of a FPS. But that's just personal.
Vending machines. Oh, this could be interesting. So at the corner of the street, if you move down the street and then at the right side corner, there's a lot of vending machines. Maybe there you should see some difference as well.
Do you just continue straight ahead?
Yeah, then at the corner, at the right corner. There you go. Yeah, and then on the corner there, and just past the corner.
Don't hit me with the
Why
corner.
not? You just get knocked over and you get back up. Let me see. Okay, so that graffiti, for
Okay,
example.
so the corner here, right? Okay, so you went back. So, okay, so for me, it's
graffiti?
like it's so much easier to read.
Yes. It could be that because for me it's just a bit darker, I'm not sure. But also a bit blurry, so that might be
Yeah.
the blur be gone thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some small differences there, but it's very small, I
Yeah.
would say. Oh, wow. No, look at this, this window. Yeah. You see that?
Yeah.
Now there's a big difference. So he can actually see through the glass. And let's see if the
It doesn't even clear up if
wow. Yeah, no, indeed.
This is daring dairy,
I can't see it.
and he can't see anything.
No.
Okay, so this is
And
like
I think that goes for the other ones as well. If you go to move to the one left of it, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You see. So I think maybe that's one of the blur be gone ones.
No, this is actually done by a mod because for the rest we have the same settings, but mine so the Beautify has a mod.
Yeah. See, because mine is ray tracing as well, because you can see the reflection of this person in the glass, right? So it is doing actual ray tracing and you know, real-time reflections and stuff like that. It's doing that, but yeah, it's just the glass, let's say, and a higher resolution texture pack as well.
Can you see inside the glass of the other one?
This one?
Okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah. So in some it does. So it seems like it's a conscious decision in some of those things, and that might actually have been one of the what is it?
The glass
this
is
one.
frosted and not
Oh,
mod.
this one looked really. Look at that. Can you check that? But yeah, maybe one of the optimizations that they chose to sacrifice, let's say, in order to benefit.
Mine does not go blurry.
There you go. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what angle I
Look
take.
at that.
But
and this is on max settings, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, massive difference.
if this,
And once I get close enough, I mean, it still looks a little bit pixely around the edges for me, even if I get up close and personal.
no.
Now for you, it looks really sharp. Yeah. Look at that.
And yours also has like, I feel like a little bit more blooming, but that can be my eyes.
I think the bloom is around, level of blooms is around the same, honestly.
Okay, then it's probably my own eyes.
Actually, if I look, anyway, if I look on the screen, it's there might be a little difference. But yeah, just overall, it's just sharper and better looking.
Can you read what kind of pie this is? It's left of you. Left, yeah. There.
Which one? This?
Yeah. Oh, no, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's selective.
Yeah. This looks frosted as hell. How do these windows look for you? Yeah, those.
They look...
Yeah, okay, they also look frosty. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, these are some differences here.
And although it's probably because the blur makes it look like there's more gloom. Well, then again, I have astigmatism, so lights in general are a little bit gloomy for me, especially in the night. And when a screen, like when a game is dark and there's something bright in it, I see like a huge glow around it. So that's why it could have been just because of my eyes.
Yeah, but you can see there's a clear difference. And so that's one of the things you can do with modding here.
Mm-hmm. I actually kind of like it. I mean, if the FPS difference with like frame gen is not that, well, I mean, there's still a huge gap, but with frame gen, it's tolerable. So I think I would actually like this when everything is like a little bit more clear, more realistic. I mean, the shine on this car. Oof. Because when we were testing this, the cars on Peter's computer, like on his non-modded version, they looked, what do you call it?
Yeah, well, different. Like, I mean, obviously some cars like this one, there's a bit of damage on the surface, but yours looked shiny all through. This one actually looks pretty shiny as well. This one is a bit more, right.
And the reflections on the car are actually really clear as well.
Oh wow. Okay, so this one just pushes me away once I get close to it. Anyway,
they look like plastic toy cars.
yeah, well, they were like some were more diffuse. It just looks more high quality on yours, basically, and more polished. Anyway, okay.
So now we're gonna go to The Witcher.
Yeah.
And this one can be a little bit, can go wrong.
Well, you still have to do it, right? Because we were downloading it pre-live stream, and so I'm going to switch to your screen so you can actually show.
It's finished.
It has finished, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm running The Witcher vanilla version. The Witcher 3, that is. And this is a game where, again, when did this come out? It had to be, was it 2014 something?
Okay, so I have to see what I have to do to install this.
2015 actually.
Install with Vortex or manual. Okay, download.
Yeah, so that's
in your Witcher main 3 folder. Go find a.
Replace all folders files. Oh, basically, okay, so you just.
Okay, so I just basically extract
nuke the whole folder.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
And so the mod that we're doing here, because in the past there was like a mod that showed, you know, ray tracing on The Witcher 3, and then apparently the studio thought that looks hella cool. Let's see if we can actually do that. So they made an official patch back then, and this was a couple of years ago. I think I actually don't know when it came out. I don't remember, but I thought that was really cool because at that point the game was already pretty old. But they decided to give it, you know, one last update, the next gen update, and there they introduced all kinds of really nice stuff like ray tracing and some other optimizations as well. I think they even included then support for technologies like FSR. It was FSR 2.0 if I remember correctly, and DLSS. It's not DLSS 3 because I don't think it supports frame generation. But yeah, at least what up to that point was like the latest technologies, and originally the game didn't support that at all, so that's really cool. And so at least they gave it some love. But that was official, the official mod, or not mod, but the official update that it got. It does have frame gen now, okay. But anyway, yeah, and previously you could only do that with mods. Oof. It's taken a while. Well, to be fair, it's 10 gigs, right? And so when you have higher resolution textures, 10 gigs worth.
I'm not sure if I
don't do that.
Unpack it first and then I copy if it goes faster.
Oh, probably that would have been a good idea.
Yeah, I cancel because it was 0%.
Now it has to do two things.
No. Yeah, extract.
Yeah. There you go.
I wonder how long this takes.
Let it cook.
Okay. While we're waiting.
There you go. It goes quite fast.
While we're waiting, I'm gonna draw 2 more winners.
Yes.
And at the end of the stream, I'm gonna draw 1 more. Oh, one of them is actually in the chat.
Oh, he's in the chat pretty much every single live stream.
Yeah.
That's always nice to see.
So, congrats. Well, you can...
Yeah, me?
Yeah.
Okay. Congrats, Eric van Beur... No, kidding.
No.
Just kidding. Congratulations, Pandorian Grey.
Congratulations.
You also win a Steam wallet code. We'll send those out to you as soon as possible. And the other one is called Jake C. Not Jake A, not Jake B, but Jake C. Congratulations. You also get
both.
a Steam wallet code. Yeah, I will give away some more codes later on this live stream, of course.
Yeah.
Always nice to have. And we appreciate everybody watching, obviously. So always nice to have you guys with us.
And like Peter said, the more often you join a giveaway, the higher the chance, because 2 of the 3 that actually won just now, they won with the loyalty bonus. So,
oh, nice! Yeah,
so
there you go.
Already shows
it works.
It
does. Helps. Yeah, you have a much higher chance of winning.
Let's see. Okay, so now.
Yeah, you've unpacked it.
Okay, wait. Let me just make sure that the Witcher. This one. Copy.
You don't do Control V, Control C.
No, I did. But
oh, actually the other way around.
You know what? I'm just gonna do it like this.
Why? It's
okay.
the same thing. Did you? Were you expecting a different result? Yeah.
Oh, that was fast.
I know.
Okay. And then it tells me to go to start the game.
Find the texture quality slider. Okay.
Okay. Allow me
it's
to turn.
Hulk Ultra HD. That sounds nice. Right.
Not Jake from State Farm, no.
Let's have a look, guys.
Oh no. I think my MSI Afterburner turned off. Oh no, it's right there. Oh. Don't have to like change the settings all over again. Okay, so it told me to, let's see, video, graphics.
Oh, you love that the overlay is there right now.
Oh no.
This is all ray tracing here, so you need to scroll down a bit further. Further.
It didn't.
Texture quality, there you are. There it is. Okay, look, it's like...
Is that it?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
It didn't say that.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Go to find out the slider move to
or
the
in
max.
some cases, maybe preset value. Okay. I don't know. Custom localization fix. You might have to do this. I mean, we could just try it and see if we see a difference.
Is there Hulk? Oh, no, there is no it.
Huh.
Interesting.
What about detail level, by the way? Just scroll down a bit more. There was a thing called detail level as well.
Camera lens, how it works. There's also Ultra Plus.
Yeah, but look, what are the other settings? What are they called?
Ultra, Ultra, Ultra.
No. In the same slider of detail level. Is there a Hulk there? Okay. Yeah, because maybe they had the the wrong name for the setting. Okay. Well, fair enough.
Oh well. Do I slide? No, that's not a slider. Okay.
Wait, one more thing. Go back one. Yeah, and then installed. Okay, no. Go to gameplay.
No.
Okay, alright. No, then, yeah. Because I noticed there were a couple of things there as well, but okay, never mind.
What's RT Ultra? Well, it's Ray Tracing Ultra.
Yes. So these are profiles. So you have low, medium, high, ultra, and these were the original versions that you had in the game. So maybe I can go to that version.
Yeah, maybe you can change to your. Let me see if I can fix this while you're.
So yeah, let me just go to the ultras. This is actually high. I used to play on high back when in the 970 days because it was too high to go to ultra on my machine back then. Screen says perfections are low. On. NVIDIA Hairworks was off. That was a huge performance hit back then. Okay. And let's just go into the game. And so it actually doesn't look too bad at all. It was a really nice game in terms of the atmosphere and how it looked. With the ground and everything. It was a really well done game. Even back in the day. And also the stories in the game, the storytelling, the dialogues and stuff like that. You could tell it was based on a book. So the writing was also good. Can you move the? Unfortunately, I can't. Otherwise, in this overlay, it's not going to be good anymore. But this was pretty much how it was played back then. And then they came out with the ray tracing update. So then it started suddenly looking like this. And so you have way more realistic lighting. The spots are dark where they should be dark, light where they should be light, global illumination. Oh, I can summon horses, I know that. So, yeah, this just adds another really nice element. The only thing that I kind of still think, in this game that I think it could be better, are some of the textures. So, some of these textures still kind of look a little bit low res to me. Up close, like signposts and stuff like that. They could be higher res, and so that's why we thought maybe it's a nice idea if we just download a high res pack and see how much you can tell the difference. Now, obviously, this is 1080p, so on 4K it would be higher res at all. Texture pop-in, yeah, that could also indeed. How do I get on again? It's been so long since I played this game. Roach, how do I get on? Mount, yeah. What was the action button again? Triangle. I don't have triangle. I'm playing on a keyboard. Call horse, jump. I don't know. How do I get on? I thought it was E.
F?
No, F is something else. Yeah, I scared him away. Right, I can't get on yet, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, it's E or F, I thought so, but he won't climb on. And there was back in the day, there was a joke because Roach would spawn, Roach is the horse. He would spawn in random places when you called him. And then suddenly he would be on top of the friggin' roof or whatever, very janky, but it was hilarious. That was a running gag in this game as well. Roach was a silly horse, clowning about.
If I look at the settings, it says it's E, so
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm not supposed to...
ride the horse shit.
Yeah, something like that. Go to the tavern, White Orchard, I don't know. Have you
Um,
figured your stuff out yet?
No, I think I need to use the method that he explained in later steps.
Yeah. Wait, maybe mine was rebound or something. Interact. None. Yeah, there you go. See? What the hell? No. Oh, come on. No, not left mouse button. Alright, here we go. So it was actually just completely unbound. Well, that figures it. Yeah. So there used to be some pop-in as well, but I think, yeah, I still see a little bit of pop-in every now and again. But this game also, it's quite old. You have to remember. There's another horse. I have to go here. I'm trying to follow the dots on the minimap on the top right. You guys don't. Oh, actually, you do see it in this view. But it's a gorgeous game. This. Reset all. Yeah, I might as well do that. I mean, look at this as well in the with the windmill there in the distance working. The water, kids throwing rocks in the water. This was like back when this came out, man. This was peak gaming here. So how's it going?
I'm using that mod localization thing.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. Video script merger. We only have one mod, so it should work now. Let me see.
Skip some stuff here.
Oh yeah, definitely Comanso.
Yep. Yeah, I can't see the the dialogue options. Yeah.
Comanso, at the start of the stream, I read that you said Lee better be here or something else. Why?
It was promised to Lee, I think.
Was I promised to be on stream today?
I guess.
Let's see if it works. Better work? Nope. Nope. It's weird. This is weird.
I mean, some of the textures here as well, they're a bit low res. So I'm really hoping that Lee can get it to work, because I haven't seen the HD texture pack working. I've seen some previews of it, and those looked really promising. So I'm actually quite excited to see it.
Ah, okay. No, it didn't work. I don't have that pack.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm trying to see.
Crap. Maybe it worked anyway.
Maybe it works anyway. Maybe it's on Ultra. But I actually doubt it.
Oh, that's annoying. The overlay is right in front of the of the character.
Oh no. Yeah, the character's also not in the center, which
yeah, it's a bit off center. Which it's good game design because you can actually see where you're going.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So that's nice, but yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this is with a HD pack.
What's up with the weather?
Oh, it's raining.
Why?
Wait,
did you load the wrong game?
Yeah, I just did continue.
Ah, I see. Right. Well, let me just go into that same save as well.
Yeah, because if my FPS is lower, then we know it's working, but...
should be. Although we could just look at the VRAM usage.
Okay, yeah.
Because obviously higher resolution textures should do that. Although I don't know, do we see VRAM usage here? I don't think we do, actually.
Doesn't look like it.
I mean, your FPS is a little bit lower. than mine.
Maybe I can only change it when I'm here. In the game?
I doubt it.
No.
I mean, we should just look around a bit, and then
Where's my horse?
you need to follow Vesemir.
Oh.
I think you should actually be on your horse there.
Oh.
There is like, if you,
You know what?
press X,
Oh.
and that should call the horse.
Oh yeah, I see it on my map. Come here.
Oh yeah, no, you have to walk to it, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going away.
Lazy horse.
It's Roach. Yeah, there you go. Horses. Yes, it's a horse. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Let's see. No, we have similar FPS. I don't think I have the texture pack on. This is weird. I followed every step.
Can you do it again?
Yeah. I'll do it again. That's weird.
Oh, that's disappointing. Let's go back to your view. Can you check those folders if the files are actually there? So you check the downloads folder, see what files it actually copies in there, and then see if they are actually in there or not.
Delete all mod HDR reword pleasure.
No, don't delete.
No, I want to see if it's actually in there.
Yeah.
Why do I have 4 of them?
I don't know. Maybe that's the issue.
Maybe that's the issue. Yeah.
How big are those files?
Let me check. Oh wait. 2 gigs?
Yeah, that's about it.
Let me check here. Oh. I'll go back to downloads.
Yeah, no, it was about 2 gigs. Although I'm not sure unpacked how big it is. Oh no, wait,
no.
it was 9 gigs. Ah, so there are, okay, so it is, okay. Yeah.
Go back.
Huh,
Is it the same?
Probably.
Yeah, it's the same.
I really feel like this mod pack was put into Next Gen Witcher by the devs. It was last updated in 2022. The posts on site say you don't need it anymore. I'm not sure if the high texture, the high res texture packs are in there, to be fair. It could be, but I kind of doubt it. Let me check as well.
Let me read the comments.
I mean, it doesn't make sense because what I see here is in the 5th of June, which is quite recently. I'm back after a short break. Happy to show you all the working on lately. Truly extensive modern graphics of the game. Thanks to this, many textures in HDRP Next Gen Edition will be
so there's
much
not
more
out yet.
realistic. So, sorry?
I can't, but expect a release this fall.
Yeah. But I mean, that means that they're still working on something, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 9 gig download. This is exactly 9 gigs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe they already incorporated the previous version.
I don't know. Anyway, could be.
Aw.
I was kind of hoping that maybe it could make a difference. Because again, like I still feel like some of these visuals look somewhat low res, but
Oh, this is too bad. I guess we can't really show anything anymore.
Well, we can, but like then we would basically like I'll switch to like the old version, let's say, without ray tracing, and then you switch to you use the RT Ultra version, and then we see the difference there. And then we go for a ride.
Wait, caution, mods are enabled. Some other. Okay. I did not have this turned on. No, I mean, it didn't get. I'll get a warning at first. Maybe it's working now.
I doubt it, but we'll see.
Please, please, please. No, never mind. Wait, is it here installed? No.
No, those are like yeah,
Uh.
extras.
No. Oh, that's just one button.
Yeah.
Nothing. Aww.
Unlucky. I guess then indeed, pretty much like The Witcher 3 was like done until there are maybe some actually some next gen graphics updates to it.
In the fall.
Yeah, yeah,
It's too bad.
yeah.
But we can show how it looks when I play on it on my Steam Deck. In
Well,
comparison with
I can,
yours.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I can. There is like a Steam Deck preset, so we can compare that to the full glory.
Yeah, but the problem is this afterburner. You know what, guys? You guys know the FPS. I'm gonna turn off the afterburner so you can actually see the comparison. Give me a quick moment. Close.
Yeah. Okay, I've also closed it.
So
And
let's do a side-to-side comparison. Let's go into the sun. Let me see if my...
the God rays are still strong, even though I'm on the Steam Deck preset.
Not sure if sharpening is supposed to be high, but...
Not sure either.
Oh, yeah, you see more details though. But
Let me see.
do I need to ride on the horse as well?
That would probably be better.
Come here, horsey. Oh wait, that was Axe. Here,
Sharpening for me is on low. It was on high for you?
Yeah. Oh, I turned on high.
All right.
Okay. Damn! Look on the details on this horse. I can see its pelt and everything. Dang. Okay, those eyeballs are kind of creepy.
What, a horse?
Yeah. It's like it's staring deep into my soul.
It is, yeah. Yours has got a bit more hair on the front of his head. You see that?
Yours is balding.
Yeah. Molding. Let me see, wait. So let's go into the... Let's go to the Ultra preset. So this is non-ray tracing.
Actually, it doesn't look that bad at all.
It doesn't, no. I mean, the color and some of the shadows and stuff like that could be better here. And that's what ray tracing does.
Roach lost his hairline, yeah. Yeah. Can I see the details on the back of your horse?
Like you can see
I think mine is a
hair.
little bit more detailed. If you like zoom in, if you look at it like that.
Just slightly.
Yeah, that's what ray tracing does, just slightly.
Well, the ray tracing doesn't really add much detail, but it should, like, for example, really improve the lighting and the shadows. So here, basically, everything is artist predefined, let's say. So it's like, you know, shadows are there, and maybe they can be influenced by the position of the sun, but only to a degree. And ray tracing basically just makes it way more organic and realistic, or at least that's the idea. But I mean, even vanilla, this game is
It looks
amazing.
good. Yeah. Well,
If only we had a way to see the FPS difference now.
oh yeah, you can. Well, I can.
I
Can
can't.
do.
I completely. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Haha. 114.
I can't do that because I'm using the GOG client.
Yeah.
As far as I know, that doesn't have an FPS counter. But there's like a maximum FPS in here anyway, which is 144.
I think it's limited to your screen or something.
No, because
No?
my screen is 165
Oh,
max.
okay.
So it is actually, yours should be limited as well, I think.
To 144 it was.
Yeah, 144. I think it's a hard limit.
Hi Mikey, welcome to the stream. What's today's giveaway? It's a Steam gift code.
Yeah, DLSS frame generation is in there as well, indeed. I wouldn't use it in this game
No.
unless you really have to, but
I feel like it's not worth it.
it's not really needed.
Needed, exactly.
Yeah. But the real cool thing is you do have a lot of choice between, so you've got FXAA, TAAU, FSR2, XESS, and DLSS. And DLSS is, I mean, granted, I think it's an older-ish version, but still, it gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of, you know, the anti-aliasing you want to choose.
Yep. Ooh, don't like FXAA. Oh, no.
Try off. That's even rougher, especially when you put sharpening on high.
Oh, that does not look good at all. Oh,
No, that is a lot of very restless-looking pixels. But that's why anti-aliasing was created in the first place, right? To
So
kind of
grainy.
calm things down. Yeah, exactly.
let's see. Let's turn it back on, shall we?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll choose DLSS here.
Shambles from YouTube is asking, is there a chance you're giving another set of Frontiers of Pandora codes? No, sorry.
No, those ones are
Are
gone.
gone.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should go back to the main.
Yeah, probably best. So yeah,
So sorry guys, I didn't get it to work. Maybe it's already incorporated like
Yeah.
someone said in the chat. I really wanted to get it to work and
Yeah.
see how big of a difference it would be, but
indeed, and mostly, I mean, again, like if you haven't messed around with modding too much, it's actually quite easy. You can go to a website, for example, called let's see, is this mine? No, this is mine. Nexus Mods. So that's one of the websites that provides. It's pretty much free as well. And I mean, you can just, you can pick a game. I mean, just zoom in a little bit, so you can already see Skyrim, obviously, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, Stardew Valley. There's a whole lot of games, Baldur's Gate, and you can customize a lot of things from UI to skins to, if, for example, you're a player of Mount and Blade, you even have a lot of things that you can do with, settlement interaction. So it actually adds a lot of features there as well. That aren't in the original game, but just adds a lot more flavor and customization to the game, even functionality. So that's, it can add a lot of things there. And the other site, I think it's ModDB. There you go. That's also one of the bigger sites, at least that I know of. There's probably more, to be fair, but yeah. There we go. And so yeah, you can see the games, and especially for games like Total War, which was mentioned before. Indeed, you have like these total conversion mods as well, which are really cool. Oh, RTX Remix has already got a category here, so that's cool. Let's see, Doom, Mount and Blade. Well, let's see if they have like a. Here we go, Medieval 2. Yeah, I think that was one of the bigger ones with a lot of mods. Let me see. Armies of the West, The Witcher, Warcraft, Calradia, which again is more about the Mount and Blade universe. There's so much things. Romanus, so that's like the Roman Constantinople in this case. Yeah, there's so many things that basically you take a game and you just make it a completely different game, or at least a different theme. So basically it becomes a different game. And that's one of the really cool things you can do with modding. And it's usually all for free as well. So that's the really cool thing as well. And you can even do things that are normally like a little bit IP protected, like, you know, Game of Thrones. I've seen a lot of things in there. Another game like Crusader Kings is one of the games I think also that's being modded a lot. Yeah, it's just really cool that you can do these things basically for free. All you need is pretty much time to figure it out, and then you can do, well, there's almost nothing you can't do, and that's the really cool thing about it.
So let's draw one more winner,
yeah,
and
sure.
then let's also talk about next week.
Yeah. So next week, somebody, and we think it'll be Eric and Mike, will be playing a new game called Body Cam. So this is a game that came out recently, and basically it's a first-person shooter from the perspective of a body cam. So if you've ever seen body cam footage, you know, it's like, you know, usually it's located somewhere on your chest, maybe in the middle, maybe a little bit off to the side. And yeah, it's a hardcore shooter from what I've seen. It's quite difficult, looks challenging. It's a completely different concept and yeah, way of doing a shooter from the normal ones that we've seen. So we'll see how that goes next week. Yes, we can see your chats,
yeah,
Anuj.
Let's see. Yeah, Mikey, we're happy that you're satisfied with our products.
Yep.
So good to have you on the MSI side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, we got the last one, and
it released. Well, there's two games, Action Brother. There were like the first game that showcased that kind of gameplay was called Unrecord, and the game that, well, I want to say came out now, but it's still in early access as far as I know, is very similar in a way, and it's made by, from what I heard, 2 developers. It's quite impressive that they managed to do that in a short time. And so yeah, it's available on Steam, and yeah, it looks, yeah, I mean, like Mikey is saying, it's released, the game has a lot of problems, looked like it was rushed. Maybe it was, I don't know, but it's cool to try out, and so it's a new concept, and that's why we also want to give it a try and see what happens.
this is the last winner.
Right, we okay, we have our last winner for today as well. And their name is Got a Death Wish. So congratulations to Got a Death Wish. I don't hope you actually have a death wish. You shouldn't. You have some extra Steam cash now as well to spend. So that should give you a bit of reason to go on, if any. Well, I mean, with a game like, or sorry, with a name like that, I mean, anyway.
Opinions on Hamilton. We can have a long discussion about that if we want to talk about that.
All right, but we won't today. Anyway.
So congratulations, the
yeah.
winners today. I will most likely send the codes tomorrow.
Yep.
So you can check your inbox then.
Yep.
For the people that did not get the codes from last week, we'll check up on
Yep.
that as well.
Yes.
And get back to you as soon as we can.
Yep. And we apologize for the delay if
Yeah.
that happens.
And we apologize for Witcher.
Yeah, well, I mean, this was kind of like a stream where we went in like, okay, let's see what we can show with modding. And actually, it's in some cases it's quite easy. You can actually, like Skyrim, it's very easy to make big differences. But if you want to do it in a more subtle way, just to optimize things, you can already see that, like Cyberpunk showed perfectly, that even though you have working mods, you can see the impact on the FPS, so you know they're working. But if you don't know where to look for them, it's really the question of, is it worth it for the trade-off in terms of performance, and that's really up to you, obviously. But yeah, and it was also kind of like meant as a kind of like a love letter from our side to all those modders that put in all the time and effort to make those mods. and keep the games alive for us.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for doing that. And we hope you will keep doing that, obviously.
Yeah, because we're still gamers. I mean, we work here, but we still game.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah,
indeed.
definitely.
Okay, right. Yeah, so that will do it for this live stream. Next week, again, like we will have Eric and Mike playing Body Cam, and let's see how they do. And so, yeah, we'll hope to see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining. Take care.
Bye-bye.
And see you
next week.
Bye.